We've got an exclusive interview with their managing director, Simon Hazlett. Hear about their range of products now and later, where you can get them now and later, their expansion plans in the UK and abroad. I also ask about whether Udis items could soon be seen on prescription, courtesy of the National Health Service here in the UK. So, you saw the stand at Europe's largest free-from show in London in June. You've read the tweets. You may even have hunted down and tasted their food in the last 7 days or so. Now, let's hear from the MD of Udis, Simon Hazlett.
The launch day has basically been ensuring all the products in store, a few store visits, speaking with some of the store managers, and doing a quick quality test on all of the product that we've done some sample purchases on.
Okay, now that sounds good because we'll come a bit more to where you are and what the product range is in a few moments' time. First of all, let's back up a little bit and talk about the brand itself, because this is an American brand, isn't it? Give us a little bit of the background.
Sure, yes, it is an American brand. It's the largest brand in the States and Canada, and it's also the fastest growing brand in the States and Canada. Very pleased to say that we also own the second biggest brand in the States and Canada called Glutino. So all in all, we have approximately between 150 and 175 products between the two brands listed in the States and Canada, all of which we have the choice to bring over to the UK under the one single brand, Udis.
That sounds huge. Sorry, 170 odd different items in the brand. Wow.
Yeah, so the real unique point of difference with Udis, I suppose, in the States is it is a cross-category representation. So every different type of subcategory within gluten-free and free-from, we have a strong presence. Okay,
now I was actually going to ask a little bit more about the brand, but you've got me on this track now because this is fascinating. I didn't realise. I knew you were big. I knew you were number one over there in North America, but I didn't realise how many different products you had. So essentially, anything made out of gluten, you can do gluten-free. It sounds like.
Yes, within reason. But obviously, we've got a constant string of MPD and innovation. What we're trying to do is come up with a complete solution. So anything from breakfast to lunchtime to evening time to snacking solutions, something which I really think the UK market is lacking currently.
Now, again, just to put this into perspective from another viewpoint, I mean, I guess some of the biggest ranges at the moment in the UK are actually the supermarket-owned brands, which are obviously, I guess, subcontracted through other food manufacturers. And I would guess, I mean, I've just been to Sainsbury's, for example, and I would guess their range is maybe 30, 40 different items. So you've got 3-4 times that amount, just to put that in perspective.
Yes, obviously we haven't got plans straight away to bring everything to the
Sure.
UK market. Obviously what works in the US won't necessarily work in the UK, but clearly we've targeted a range of 19 products to bring to the UK for the first launch. I've got a range of approximately 50 products which I'll be looking to bring to the UK in 2014, and then we'll have to see from there.
Okay, so we won't list every single product. We actually did that last week, in fact, but you are going after the basic bread market as well to start off with, aren't you?
That's right. So although we pride ourselves in, I'll talk about the three pillars to the business, first of all. So quality, above everything else, so taste is king. Innovation, so when we talk about innovation, they're first-to-market products, some of the range, not just another type of bread, and the width of range, as we've already covered. But when we start looking at the types of bread, for instance, we've got a twist in that our bread will be the first gluten-free bread launched as a low-fat product, so it will be below 3% fat. When you compare that with some of the offerings that are currently on the market tend to range anywhere between 5 and up to 14% fat.
So obviously the basic loaf is a very difficult market to get into, especially over here, of course, with a huge Genius brand, but you've identified a point of difference. Absolutely.
And so it's two types of bread, a white and a brown loaf, as I said, a low-fat variety, so below 3% fat. We've got two different types of rolls. We've got another first-to-market line. We're doing 3 different varieties of bagel. We're doing a cinnamon raisin, a savoury bagel, which is an onion-flavoured bagel, a plain bagel, and we're also doing a mixed pack of muffins. So we're doing a toffee and chocolate chip variety.
Okay, and just tease us with a couple of things which could be further down the line, which are already around in the US that could be coming to the UK soon.
Something very similar to the sandwich cream cookies, something similar to Oreos. We're looking at frozen meal solutions. And I can't tell you about the bakery items, unfortunately. They're top secret at the minute. But,
Okay.
all I can say is they're worth waiting for.
Okay. Now, let's talk about whereabouts you are at the moment. So you're in Tesco's at the moment. That must have been, well, an easy decision for them to have made, but only in one supermarket at the moment. So are you going to be loyal to them? Do you stay with them, or do you expand into other supermarkets?
Well, the idea is obviously to give the consumers the best possible choice. Tesco are a value partner of ours, but we are, of course, still looking for other retailers to bring on board in 2014.
Okay, and what about prescriptions? Because, again, that's another very valuable market to get into.
Yeah, once again, we are looking at that route. I think we're just concentrating, first of all, of getting the launch correct, making sure we do things properly. But certainly it is on our radar for later on.
And I can almost guess the answer to this as well then, judging by the answer to the last two, which is understandable. You're keeping your powder a little dry at this stage. But couple of years, I guess, after Genius launched, you started seeing their bread being used in some of the high street cafes, in the rolls and the sandwiches and so on. Are you likely to be going down that route with the Starbucks, Cafe Nero's and so on?
Yeah, once again, in the States, we've had very strong growth in the food service category. It's something that we're looking to replicate in the UK. Our business model is very simple. We're looking to replicate exactly how the US have had success and Canada have had success. And that comes down to grassroots marketing, comes down to a lot of hard work, a lot of communication with our social and digital media. For instance, Udis, I'm not sure if you're aware, have over 1 million Facebook fans. But certainly that the food service sector is something that we're very keen to get into, but will once again be phase 2 in 2014.